I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.
I have a question for you, Ryan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You mentioned something back earlier, and I want you to talk about this. You described yourself as an alpha personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys watching that would say, how the fuck does this guy consider himself an alpha personality? And he's out here letting his wife get fucked by other dudes. Break this down for me.
Right. So, yeah, excellent question that you had there. And because, since we last talked and we're doing some show prep and all that, I kind of thought about that, like, the alpha male, beta male thing. And I actually went online and looked at all the characteristics, and I'm like, wow, I could, I definitely am a lot more of the alpha side, but yet there are some of those traits, and I was like, I could see how people would look at you and go, "You're a mutt of personalities."
A mutt of
You're just a junkyard dog of personalities, and yeah, because I think there is that excitement of allowing other people to experience her, and in both pictures, videos, and in real life, but yet also that control over it.
You have the control over it because you get to pick the people primarily.
Maybe that's why you don't like the Texas.
Maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
maybe.
So then my question to add on to Ghost Host is, because when I, got to learn about you all, my question was like, do you consider yourself a cuck? Like, do you consider this a cuckold relationship? And when did you come to that, like, term for yourself?
Right. But yet at the same time, because I can, and we even saw this dynamic the other day, was I can, a cuck will typically just watch and gets the excitement of that, but yet I kind of go against that grain again, because I like to watch, but yet that gets me excited to jump in, and I'll even then say, because there were times I was like, spread your legs wider, or suck that cock, or whatever, and so I like that control part of directing too. I think that, and to go back to the original question, I think that as we grew in our relationship and all, and I became more secure with myself, because I haven't always been the talker that I am, and the one to kind of steal the stage, and all of that. I was a very shy kid growing up, and really went away from that. But I think I realized you've got to be comfortable, in your skin, and you've got to be comfortable in the people that you're with. And I refuse to have, even though it seems like we don't, I refuse to have a lot of those relationships that you see in marriages that you see where one is very controlling of the other. And I felt very strongly in not having that. And, I wanted a relationship and a marriage where we were, again, very connected. And Lisa struggled with that when we were first married, because she had been in a lot of controlling relationships and things like that. And I'm like, we would bring certain things up, or she would bring things up. And I'm like, well, go do it. Like, and she's like, you don't have a problem with it? And I'm like, no, why would I? And so there was that freedom and all of that, and that security that we're so connected, and we know that at the end of the day, no matter what, she could have the best fuck of her life from the Texas guy or whoever, the Hagerstown guy,
because you didn't
whatever, right? Again, whether or not that's right, right. Whether or not that's the reason or not, that at the end of the day, it's still going to be us. And that's what's most important. And she does a good job. I do have to give her all the credit in the world, because she does do a good job. I don't always pay attention to it or accept it, I guess I should say, of reminding me that, hey, you are number one. Like, these are just guys that I'm going to fuck, or, I talk on the phone as friends with, or I tell them what they want to hear, that's a lot of it. But at the end of the day, you're still my knight in shining armor, and you're the one that I've been with for almost 20, and we've been through like hell and back.
I have an angel on my shoulder, but a devil in my head.